So today's lesson topic is backswing. We're talking very much about the hands and how they should move through the backswing to give you the best chance of hitting good shots out on the golf course. So thank you for joining me here at the Forest of Arden, where we're talking about backswing, what to do with your hands and your arms to give you the best chance of making a good functional downswing. And this one is going to be especially useful if you're a golfer looking to hit a little bit more from the inside and maybe take away some of that fade or slice from your game. Now, if you are new to my channel, I would love you to hit that subscribe button before you leave. There is a link down in the description box. There's also a clickable link at the end of the video. So let's get into this topic, and we're talking about hands. So we can call this hand path because we're talking about how the hands should move in the backswing. Now, we're not really going to cover anything on the downswing in this particular video. We're just going to make sure that we're starting the downswing from a good position. For many golfers, this golf club head, with the driver, he's going to be traveling up to, let's say, 100 miles an hour. It's very difficult to change the movement of the golf club in the downswing. Sometimes it's much easier just to change where the golf club is coming from, so changing that backswing position, because that can really influence how the golf club is delivered to the ball. So as we're talking about hands, we're going to get rid of the driver for a moment, place it against that bag. So if I take my starting position as if I had a driver, and we're just going to put my hands together here as if I'm holding a golf club. I'm just going to take my kind of normal grip, although that does feel a little bit strange without a golf club. Now from here, if I maintain some connection between my upper arm and my body, as I start to rotate my body away, you're going to notice that my hands will work very, very slightly to the inside in that early stage. They're moving away from that line that there's on them to begin with. So because we're stood to the side of the ball and we make this rotation with our body, the hands are going to be moving on an inward arc. Now that doesn't unfortunately happen in every golf swing. Some golfers, as they start their golf swing, the hands will move to the outside. Now when the hands are moving to the outside, we know straight away that there's some disconnection there, because if the hands and the arms stay connected, the hands should move more to the inside. So as I look down at the ground, if I put a line on that ground, and if I was to use an alignment stick, I can use that as a reference point, and I can see that my hands are moving slightly to the inside. What that should translate to about halfway back would be that my lead arm is angled inside of that target line by a certain amount. I mean, let's say about 20 degrees. You're not going to be able to see that yourself when you're practicing, but you can see the lead arm is angled inwards by 20 degrees. So from the starting position, my hands have moved inwards a small amount. That's exactly what we need to have happen. Again, wouldn't be that uncommon to see a golfer's arms move away, and at this checkpoint here, you can see that lead arm is not angled inside. So where am I looking for my hands to be? Well, you can see my hands are around about kind of chest, maybe just slightly to my right hand side of my chest. And again, that's a really good checkpoint for most of the golf clubs in your bag. If we continue that movement up to the top, we're looking for the lead arm to be about the same angle as my shoulders, provided that we've turned the shoulders on a good angle. And what that's really going to do is going to give me something which is really important in most golf swings to have, and that's depth. So depth will be how much the hands are moving inwards or behind me from setup. If I do not create any depth in the hands, you can see they've not moved inwards, it's incredibly difficult to get that golf club delivered correctly. It does happen. We see people like a Dustin Johnson, a Justin Thomas, have very high hands, but they have a huge amount of skill on the way down. For the majority of golfers that I coach, the recreational golfers with less practice time, really important we get some depth to those hands. So you can see that my lead hand, my glove hand, is probably above, let's say, the middle or the heel of my right foot. That's a really good indicator to me that I've rotated well, I've used my arms correctly, and my hand path is good. So as we bring the driver in, we can go through those same checkpoints. So I've got myself set up in the middle of the fairway. In the first movement, the arms and the hands are going to work on a slightly inside arc. The hands are going to find that kind of middle of the chest, slightly right of the chest. And as I get to the top, I've got a good amount of depth where the butt of the club is close to my trail heel. Again, it really wouldn't be uncommon to see a golfer get the arms working very high. The two reasons that would happen would be arms disconnecting from the body or not enough body rotation. So if I make a golf swing with not enough body rotation, you can see I don't create as much depth. Add a bit of rotation and suddenly the depth appears. So depth comes from two places. It comes from good arm movement relative to the body and a good amount of body rotation in the backswing. If we can get those two things happening, then we're going to be able to create that good depth, and that's really going to help you as you start to deliver the club in the downswing. We don't hit the ball in the backswing, we appreciate that, but if we can get the backswing to finish in a good position, we increase the chances of us delivering the club correctly. You know, if I said to you, I want to hit a nice straight shot down this fairway, have I got more chance from here or more chance from here? Very obvious which one's going to give me the most chance. It doesn't mean I can't hit good shots from that second position, but we want to work towards a more neutral position for the most of the golfers that we see, because their skill level isn't quite as high, their practice time isn't quite as much, and so we need the golf swing to be a little bit more neutral. So let's have some rehearsals where we watch the hands early on. They're not moving away, they're moving inward, middle of my chest, butt of the club is over my trail heel. That's going to give me the greatest chance of delivering that club to the ball. So hand path is really important in the backswing. Now we're doing this with a driver, that would apply to all the clubs in the bag. So that drill works with every single club. And let's go ahead and see if we can get those arms moving correctly in the backswing. And that's given me a pretty straight shot, straight down the middle of the fairway. And I would definitely take that because this is a tricky hole, important we get that tee shot away. So hand path in the backswing, really important topic. Let's have a look at your golf swing, see if you need to do any work on it. If you do, we're giving you a few little checkpoints there and what you can work at to improve it, and hopefully you'll hit some better drives just like that one. Right, thank you for watching. Usual stuff is down below. And as we said at the start, please make sure you don't leave this video before you hit that subscribe button. 3 videos coming each and every week. We can help you play some better golf just by hitting that free subscribe button, and it means you won't miss any of the videos. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you back here again soon.